Okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting to do this today, but I guess that there's absolutely huge news that we need to address and we need to talk about, because I'm literally just shocked. I didn't think that this would happen, and I just don't know what to think. But I mean, I'm sure if you guys haven't been living under a rock, you've been hearing of the developments of the Super League. I was just trying to enjoy the Inter game, and I couldn't focus. I've just been stuck on Twitter. I need to discuss this with you guys. This is just unbelievable what I'm hearing. The announcement's supposed to be made soon. I'm absolutely terrified. I want to hear what you guys are saying for a very unorthodox little thing. I just kind of threw it together last second. But, I mean, it's not as effective to the Bundesliga, as a lot of you guys know, as it would be towards a Premier League fan, but it sucks. The entire situation is going to be ridiculous, man. Like I can't believe what I'm hearing. I'm hoping you guys can get some perspective on it. But basically, for those of you guys who might not obviously know exactly what's going on, is that there's rumors to be a Super League coming in. There's been teams right now that have basically said that they are interested, that they want to join. I'm looking at the Premier League sides, and I'm hearing a lot of negativity on the internet, which is good because I don't want this thing to happen. I'm pretty passionate about that not happening. Luckily for us, we have a Bundesliga squad and the Bundesliga in general that are against it, and it would ruin the sport. And I haven't touched on it because I seriously didn't think that this kind of thing was going to happen. I really didn't. And now it seems like this announcement could happen today. And it could, I don't know if you guys realize how much this could change. It could change the sport in its entirety. Everything that these clubs, everything that these leagues have been building generations for could be squandered because they're trying to Americanize and capitalize the way that football is being played. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And, I mean, people are applauding the Bundesliga squads. People are applauding Borussia Dortmund. People are applauding Bayern Munich because they're standing up against it and they're doing something about it. And it's exceptional, but I can't imagine football changing like this. I seriously can't. It would be a disgrace. It would be heart-wrenching. And I want this announcement to come so I can put it behind me and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But it's actually scary. And I didn't realize it was this close for a decision to be made like this. I mean, these rumors have been happening for a long time. This isn't like a new developing situation. But today it seems like it's happening. And I don't know. So we'll see what some of you guys are saying in there. Yusuf's here. My man, how you doing? But if you guys hear anything on this news, I'm going to bring up Twitter. I'm going to bring up a bunch of different, obviously, social media platforms where we're going to hopefully be able to get some of these informations in their entirety when they develop. But it is scary. It is scary stuff, and I haven't seen anything in the announcement yet. But the big hitters of the Premier League are all into it. There's been reports of a signing bonus just to get clubs to sign. They get 400 and something thousand, 450 million, or I don't even know what the number was. I need to go find it, but it's terrifying. But for the Bundesliga fans, you can be a little bit relaxed, yes, because it's not going to jeopardize the league. And the kudos that these players, these organizations, the clubs in Germany need is huge for being able to move on from this. But it still affects football. It affects football. I love watching other leagues. I'm sure a lot of you guys love watching other leagues as well. And the fact that this could seriously just change in a matter of seconds whenever this announcement decides to come out is ridiculous, and it's scary, and I just don't want to see it happen. So I'm going to read what some of you guys are thinking, and if you guys are following along as well at home and hopefully crossing your fingers that this kind of thing can end, because I desperately hope it does. I'm seeing a lot of nervous Premier League fans. Seeing all the emotion over there is honestly kind of scary, because they're genuinely nervous. As am I. I mean, I'm a fan of football. If you're a fan of football, you should be nervous about these developments, because they can be game changing. They can be game changing in their entirety, and it's absolutely just ridiculous. But let's see what some of you guys are saying today about this, because I mean, I'm a little nervous. I really am. We can still watch the Bundesliga. It's okay. We can, but the Champions League is still something that you guys obviously know is one of the most famous and fantastic. It is. It's the club football's greatest prize, and it could be gone just like that. And I know, like, you could say, well, Dortmund and Bayern are going to be playing in it, but it doesn't matter, because how's it going to feel winning this competition when the United, City, Barca, Madrid, when all these clubs are no longer being able to play in it? It's going to be different. I saw a tweet. Someone said it's going to be like the Pokal plus PSG, and it's too big of a change. This is dramatic. It's insane. And it would completely change football for the worse, in my opinion, and probably a lot of people's opinion. But, I mean, Twitter is erupting right now, and I just didn't think it was going to go down like this. I've been listening to the rumors about it for a while now, but I seemed like it wouldn't have happened like this dramatically. It came out of absolutely nowhere. The league needs to be stopped. Absolutely, it does. Hi, Josh. I know that you're upset about the European Super League. We'll never, because we are here and we say no to it, have UEFA and the next 15 clubs on the court. I don't know. From what I'm reading, man, like, if you're a rich, powerful club like the ones who are obviously being approached, and you're suffering debts, and you get 450 million or whatever the offer is to just accept the invitation, and there it is, 450 million is the number that has been rumored if you accept the bid and you join the league. Absolutely ridiculous. Football is being destroyed. Yes, it is. I mean, I can whip up some of the articles. I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm sure you guys are as well. No players going to join because they can't play international football or for European trophies. Dortmund might not lose now. That is true. The only thing that I'm reading that makes me feel confident, and this should be a game changer, is the fact that obviously if you break off into a European Super League, you're not eligible to play in the Europa League. You're not eligible to play in the Champions League. And I also heard a rumor as well that if you are playing on one of those clubs playing in the European Super League, that you can't play international football. And that is huge, because for a player to now be convinced, because you think, okay, well, the club's getting $450 million to join this league now, you're going to have to probably pay a premium to each and every one of those players to get them to your club now, just because of the missing of them having to play international football. Because can you imagine how important? You guys know what the World Cup's like. You guys know what the Euros are like. You know what it's like playing for your country and watching your country. And then all of a sudden you are no longer eligible to play for them because you're representing Manchester United in the Super League. Well, you're going to be opt to want to leave, and Manchester United is now going to have to probably pay you a little bit more to keep you staying in that league. So there's so many kind of things that could happen to the world of football right now, and it's absolutely terrifying to see. If they do this, PSG, Bayern, Dortmund allow themselves to get in the cold. I know. I mean, there are different ways of looking at it, but for me, there's only really the one, and it's the fact that this would be a game changer. This would, in my opinion, this would completely ruin football. Every club that joins, and I just keep obviously letting you guys know what I'm reading, what I'm seeing here, and it's I'm gonna go to the latest. And if you guys have seen Gary Neville's on Sky Sports, his little interview there, it's fantastic to listen to. He really shows what it's like, and he's obviously someone who's representing the Premier League, who's done everything there is with Manchester United, and it's embarrassing. All I can see in Twitter right now is people freaking out, getting nervous. But I don't know. Steve's here. He says, what they catch with the money that comes with the league. That would be the big upside. The big upside to joining this league is the fact that you would get a lump sum of money, apparently of $450 million. But then there's they're going to do everything they can to stop this league. And I think the smartest and most strategic thing that they are doing is seriously coming up with a reason why players wouldn't want to join. No Champions League. No Europe. And I think the biggest one's the national teams. If you can make it in a way that they can't represent their national team, I think that's a huge, huge influence on players figuring out whether to join one of the clubs that are representing this European Super League. But it's an Americanized thing. It absolutely is. And it's not the way that football's ever been run. And this would change everybody's life. Every casual fan, everyone who's grown up loving this sport, following the sport, getting to know the sport would change. Just like a matter like that. Everything that you've gone to know, it would be gone. Bundesliga should have slogans for the fans, by the fans. We prove they're the greatest league in the world. Yeah, and I saw a lot of Liverpool fans I've been listening to are pretty pretty upset. I mean, like obviously their slogan and then seeing that they're one of the active people in this type of deal. I mean, when money talks, and COVID is obviously a situation where I think the people thought that this is a time where I can push the European Super League, realize that this is an option where you hit clubs at their worst, and it's probably the idea a lot of people are going for. I'm so proud of BVB, PSG, Bayern, the financial might, but BVB is just amazing. That is true. That is true, guys, but it is terrifying. The Bundesliga are 100% the best league after this. If it happens. I'm still praying that this type of thing isn't going to go through. But it can't. What is happening? A lot of you guys are probably confused. And if you guys are confused, to give you guys just a little, obviously, idea of the situation, is that I'm sure you've heard rumors of a European Super League developing. That has been happening for a long time. There's always been whispers. But it seems like there's an announcement to come out relatively soon. I'm trying to keep up to date with it. A lot of people seem very, very worried and are talking about it on their social medias and whatnot. And it's the fact that some of the big clubs in the world are looking to form this European Super League. And the reason that someone would want to do it is because they get a lump sum of 150 mil. It's a lot of money, especially during COVID times. That could entice a club to want to potentially move on and do something like this. But there are huge negatives because they're gonna fight this. They're gonna try to create this so this type of thing doesn't happen. And that's where the threats of no Champions League. No, and like I said, the biggest one would be no international football, man. If you can't represent your national team, I just can't see a lot of people wanting to do this. In 32 minutes, football will be decided, says Villa Football. That is just wild, man. Twitter will go on a meltdown. An absolute meltdown if this shit happens. It's ridiculous. I'm proud of our club for rejecting this. I'm seeing that a lot too. A lot of people reaching out and saying that the Bundesliga, and I think the big thing that a lot of people don't understand is that 50+1 rule. It's a traditional thing for Bundesliga sides. It's not how a lot of obviously other clubs do it, but it means a lot. And in situations like this, you really see where it gets shown. And I just pray that some of the other clubs around the world can see it the way that we do. Let's send Leipzig to the league. They belong with us. Okay, not. But Josh, what is with the Conference League? They should start in 2022. The Conference League is a league under the Europa League. So, for example, if teams 1 through 4 through the Bundesliga go play in the Champions League, 5, 6, 7 will be in the Europa League. I think 7, 8, 9, for example, or 8, 9, 10, or whatever it is, could represent them in the Conference League. And there's supposed to be an announcement about that coming in the next few. I think it's supposed to come out tomorrow. But this announcement that has just kind of blown football out of proportion right now is on its way. And it's scary, and no one knows exactly what is going to happen. But the reason that I'm scared is because I know I'm a Bundesliga fan, and a lot of you guys are Bundesliga fans as well. But do you not love the competition of Champions League football? Do you not love taking on the best in the world? It's a competition where every top club team all across the world gets together and fights to be the best. It's one of the most historic competitions in club football. That will no longer be a thing. Anyone who joins this European Super League, as far as I've read, cannot play in this in the Champions League, and they're trying to put threats as well about getting them out of the national team, and it's absolutely terrifying. And I'm praying that the Premier League sides can form up. They've done such a good job. I know everyone's got their own opinion, especially Bundesliga fans, about the Premier League, but the Premier League has done so well over the years to be able to build a league the way that they have. They are a very worldwide league. Obviously, that's no doubt about it, but if this goes down like this, it's going to change the way that people view these different leagues. And the Bundesliga is going to be praised. Crooked FIFA going to try to tell teams what to do, and they won't benefit themselves. Funny. Yeah. If Barca, Madrid, Atletico leave Spain, the Liga will become the dead league in Europe. That is true. But like I said, man, I like watching, everyone out there, you gotta like watching probably more than one league. I love the Bundesliga, obviously. We cover it a lot here on the channel. But I mean, I was trying to watch the Napoli and Inter game. I couldn't do it. I was just too nervous. I'm like, I gotta come out here, I gotta vent, gotta get my opinions out. I want to hear what you guys are thinking as well. I like watching other football. I like watching it worldwide. And then how would that affect the national team? If some of the best players in the world right now representing the teams who break off can't represent their national team. Paul Pogba, for example, can't represent France. He won a World Cup with them, and now he can't go to their next World Cup game or their next Euro game or whatever it is. It's just terrifying. But kind of sad that they take more seriously than racism. Yeah. Never thought that I would see the day where PSG are the good guys. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that PSG rejected it. I'm not sure what the main reason is. Maybe they're thinking that there's no competition now in the Champions League. I don't know why they wouldn't want to do this, or maybe they're just in a very healthy financial situation that they don't feel the urge, the need to move on. I really don't know why some of these clubs are so far for it and so far against it. It all depends on it. But I mean, the big hashtag out there right now is save our sport, and that's the perfect way to put it. It's save our sport. If I wake up tomorrow and this went down the way I don't want it to, man, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do with myself, because it would just deteriorate all those competitions that we love so much. And the information is just flying right now on Twitter. I can't even keep up with some of it. Agree, no European Super League is a very bad idea and will destroy football fans. Yeah, I'm just reading some tweets right now. It's scary. And a lot of people are realizing. I don't think a lot of people woke up today thinking that they would be in this kind of conversation. I will straight up not support Arsenal if they continue the European Super League thing. Disgraceful from a club involved. Yeah, and it's got to make you proud for all us Dortmund fans out there and all us Bayern fans, any fan, even the PSG fans if there's any in here. You got to feel proud of your club. Like, I'm seeing a lot of hate coming on Twitter, which I guess rightfully so, for the Premier League sides that are going all for this decision. It's literally terrifying. The Conference League is a cool idea, but European Super League is dumb. Yeah, I mean, the Conference League is to bring in another competition for some of the clubs who don't get the opportunity to do so. I think it's a way to maybe bring a little bit more money in as well. But the European Super League is a game changer, man. Alex is here, says, I have massive respect to PSG and Bayern. Massive. Absolutely. My fave national team is Germany. I hope that there's important players. Well, here's an example for us. I mean, I'm a German national team supporter as well, as probably a lot of you guys are, but Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos is playing for Real Madrid, and they go through with this, and the rumors are, and I'm not saying these are just rumors, and the rumors are that he can't represent his national team, then Toni Kroos can't play for the German national team in the Euros this summer. Just for an example. I haven't read all the rules, but I know that they're trying to do everything in their power to make sure that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. But we need to save our sport. And also another thing is, the Premier League have some pretty vocal supporters. There's no doubt about it. So when this kind of thing is happening, they have to see the amount of tweets that are going on right now. They got to see the social media outreach of it. I've just read like 3 or 4 times where it's saying Arsenal, Liverpool, United, they won't support their team anymore. And it's wild. And I don't know what kind of position I'd be in. We're lucky enough to have a team that we support that this isn't a huge issue for, but it's still scaring me all over the world. Wait, no Kroos to Bayern, Havertz to Dortmund? It could be a potential. It could be a potential. And that's another worry of if these rules do come in, is like how are you supposed to withstand it? And I know you get 450 million is the rumored amount for accepting this invitation, but you're going to have to pay through your butt to try to keep some of the players at your club now. You got to explain to them, like, listen, I know that you've worked your entire life, and one of the biggest things in the world you can win is probably the biggest thing, arguably, the Champions League or the World Cup. And you no longer can represent anyone to do either. I feel like that's a hard sell on a player, especially a player with motivation. But we need Kroos to play at Germany. Yes, he does. Kroos to Dortmund. Well, there you go. I'm a Liverpool fan for life, but relegate the 6 Premier League clubs immediately. Dylan, there you go. And there's some insane opinions going on right now, and it's very interesting reading this. And like I said, I've been hearing these rumors for a while now. This isn't like breaking news where this is happening. It's breaking news at the fact that it looks like it's going down today. But I mean, I listen to the guys on ESPN. I've heard these rumors, and I've heard legitimate reasons why they could and could not happen. But I just figured you look at the beautiful sport and the generations that built to what we get to enjoy every single day. I didn't think that there'd be an option where they would just blow it up in a matter of minutes and change everything that we know. I wouldn't want to watch that European Super League. I'd be so pissed that they've basically ruined the sport that I've spent the better part of my life following. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same. I don't know if I've seen anyone, and you guys, if you're in the chat, you can let us know. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen someone yet who's been for it. Certainly not on Twitter. Twitter is just angry right now, and I don't blame them. But like I said, the Premier League is a very rich and popular league. And, oh man. And the outrage right now, I'm looking up. If you guys go to trending on Twitter and go to Super League, you can read the comments. And I haven't seen a good one yet. I've seen just miserable, angry people, and I'm one of them. Crooked FIFA gonna try to tell teams what to do so they benefit themselves. Funny, sad, take it more seriously than racism. I agree, my man. I agree. Honestly, if this league ever happens, football would be destroyed. If it happens, winning trophies like an FA Cup would feel just like teams who've won that won't deserve it. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sitting here, I'm shaking, I'm nervous. I wasn't planning on going live today. Well, again. But I have to. I gotta talk to you guys about this. Because I'm sure you guys are sitting in the same situation as I am, trying to wonder what is gonna go down here. So we got one person here who says, I support the Super League. You wanna explain to me why? Which, is it just amusement? And maybe some North American people would. I mean, I'm from North America. I live in Canada. I know exactly what it's like to see the best of the best, whether it's baseball, like American football, whether it's hockey. We have the best league. There's no relegation. It's a very different sport when something gets Americanized. And honestly, it's about the money. It's why the MLS will never have a relegation system. All these owners who invested in these 30-plus teams in the MLS will never revert to a relegation because it would put too much finances at stake. You're seeing clubs like Arsenal. Arsenal is such a good example. Arsenal is a historic club. They've won a lot over the years, and they've been dog crap for the better part of a decade now. And how does it feel? And I mean, Arsenal fans would probably understand why their team would be interested in this Super League, even though the fans don't support it. It's because they're in ninth right now. They might not even qualify for the Conference League, let alone the Europa League, let alone the Champions League. They're not getting any kind of money, and I don't see their future kind of turning around too much. So that's a reason why Arsenal, for example, would take a look at their club situation and be like, ninth place in the Premier League, no rewards, but I could take $450 million if I join this. Like, that's what these clubs are thinking right now. And it's a game changer, and I'm praying that it doesn't happen. Everyone in the chat is being so supportive. All I see is hashtag save our sport. And it's absolutely beautiful, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. Wow, just read up on this. Disgusting. Yeah, man. That's why I said, like, I was sitting there on the couch, and I looked at my girlfriend, and I was like, man, I gotta go live right now. And she's like, why? I was like, because something's about to go down. And I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. Almost every owner of the big European clubs are not from Europe, so why do they care, right? A lot of them, as you guys would know, are American. A lot of American owners, man. And there it is. Hashtag save our sport. 100%, guys. I'm all for it. And like I said, I follow a club who I mean, arguably isn't that probably concerned about the situation because the Bundesliga looks to be staying intact, but it still has huge effect on everything that we're a part of and everything that the worldwide football fans have preserved for so long. And it's terrifying if this goes down differently. And I'm seeing all these comments, and I absolutely love every single one of them. So everyone give me a round of applause, man. Because you guys are all on the same page. Except for the one guy who says he's for the Super League. He said people will eventually watch the Super League. I would be livid, man. I would be livid if this kind of thing happens, man. It's heart-wrenching. Save our sport. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And he's got a Tottenham badge right there as his profile pic. It has to be. I see a lot of it, and I love it. I love every single one. We need to save our sport. We can't let this kind of stuff happen. And I think the outreach that I'm seeing on social media, like the clubs have to realize. Like, can you imagine being an admin right now of Manchester United, of Liverpool, and seeing this kind of hate come towards you? I'm hoping the announcement comes soon, man. I think it's supposed to be in about 20 or so minutes. I'm trying to keep up to date as quick as I can. But everyone in the football world, man, is sitting here. And these tweets I'm reading are just exceptional. It's crazy at the end of football as we know it. Can you imagine? Who else has spent the better part of their lives? I'm 24 years old, and I've been watching this game grow, and I've supported it since I was like 10. That's 14 years. And then just one day, the thing could change. And everything could be different. would you support United being relegated if we support the Super League? It's just ridiculous. It's scary. It's sad. I don't want it to happen. And I'm seeing so many of you guys being so supportive as well, man. And you guys are all on the same page. And you have to be. Because it's terrifying what's going to happen if this thing goes down the way that it is. Is it ruining our sport? Yes. It's making my club rich. Yes. And that's why. Juve. That's why any club, like I said, and like I said, Arsenal is the perfect example. They are the perfect example because they have nothing from this season. They're sitting in 9th place. They're not going to get anything. And the biggest issue with them is that they don't seem to be turning a corner anytime soon. So when they're seeing this fat payout to come join this league of $450 million, they're going to take it. It's shameless and disgusting. Matar, 19 minutes till the announcement. 19 minutes, guys. You're American? Canadian. I'm a Canadian, so. But I've grown up in the North American market, man. I know what it's like to see a super league. I mean, it's different because the leagues in North America didn't grow up in the traditional way that football did. Football has developed a beautiful thing over the years. And in the North America, you have your best leagues. You have your NHL, you have your NFL, you have your NBA, Major League Baseball. Like whatever it is, you have one league, that is your league, and that is the Super League because it's not obviously like worldwide, but it's in North America. It usually has Canada, it usually has the States. And that's your major league and your best league. And that's what these countries are these Americanized is about keeping money there. So take out the relegation. Make this so demanding. And you can see it with putting up the kind of money that they are, man. Super League would pretty much end the MLS, but with higher quality. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying right now that they're proud to be Dortmund fans, and I am too. I'm proud to see us in Bayern and PSG, and I find that PSG is surprisingly being like, you know what, screw it, we're fine. But it's terrifying. I'm a Dortmund fan, and that's why I'm here. But imagine being a Liverpool fan, singing what? Yeah, you never walk alone. That's the reason I was reading like on Twitter and seeing the Liverpool fans, United fans, passionate Premier League fans being furious. I live in North America, man. I can tell you exactly what it's like having a North Americanized sport. I'm a Senators fan. For any of you guys know what hockey is, this is what it's like being a fan in North America. You have your years where your team could suck, but you know there's always a chance it could bounce back because this is where the money is. This is where all the players are going to come. And from what I'm reading is they're doing everything in their power to make sure that that's not an option. If they left in international football, if they welcomed them to the Champions League, yeah, Arsenal and a lot of other clubs would want to jump and join into it. But when you start striking these kind of things off the table, when you're telling these players like Paul Pogba, for example, who's playing for United, you can't play for France. You can't play in the Champions League. I find it hard for players to want to stay. But it's just wild, man. 200 people are watching, and this is what I like to see. That is the number one thing I like to see, and so many of you guys have put it. Hashtag save our sport. That is, it's just beautiful, man. Guys, if you're looking for the announcement too, you can check it out. Try to check it out on Sky Sports. That's where I'm reading. Sky Sports News is where the announcement is supposed to be dropped. I just want to leave it on the screen. As a Chelsea fan, I will forever be disappointed in their decision on this. And there you go. And the Premier League fans who are in here today, let us know. Our club, luckily enough, decided against it. So for me, it just makes me love the club even more. But if you're a Premier League fan and you know that your club was on board for this and they would be willing to scratch everything that everyone worked so hard over the generations to build. It's disappointing. It's absolutely disappointing. And you see it absolutely everywhere. Has it been confirmed? It has not been confirmed. The announcement is supposed to come relatively soon. I'm keeping an eye out on a wide range of social medias. A lot of you guys are sitting back with popcorn saying, Snipe City, how you doing? Say no to the Super League. Just ridiculous, man. Why is nobody talking about City apparently joining? It's the big hitters. It's the big hitters in Serie A. It's the big hitters in the Premier League. It's the big six in the Premier League. So you guys know who the big six is. They're all on board for it. It's the owners. You have to live it to look at it, man. I'm a United fan and I'm disgusted. Yeah, There you go. Right there. And I would be too, man. If Dortmund said, like, listen, I'm on board, let's do this. Like, I don't know how you feel. United fans is disappointing. $425 million for every single club who joins. 200 years of football. Beautiful. Ridiculous. Save our sport. I'm a Manchester City fan. I will never be able to take this crap, and I don't know how I feel about my club from here on. It's wild to read. It's wild to read because the hate is so passionate. No one knows what it's like, and that's what made me fall in love with this sport. I'm from, like, this is a good perspective, and a lot of you guys are probably also North American, but I am North American, man. I'm Canadian, better less. So I mean, hockey is supposed to be in my blood, and it is, but I was just so drawn to this. So drawn to the world, the way that this sport works, and how worldwide it is, and seeing how everyone else is kind of relatively on the same page is wild. These are some quotes, and it says, "This is for me a war on football. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing. It goes against everything that football is about." And I can't agree with that more. I can't agree with that more. And it's just ridiculous that this is a thing. And I'm seeing a lot of you guys say it. As a Liverpool fan, I am furious because we're a good team, and I thought that we were innocent. Yeah. The Liverpool fans, so far, what I can tell, I see the biggest outrage about. The fans are furious. I mean, Liverpool has a lot of things that's obviously known about the club. That welcome. I mean, you never walk alone. It's a beautiful saying. We have the same one here at Dortmund, but it's hitting the fans hard. And I'm sure we have passionate fans at Borussia Dortmund as well. And I'm assuming if we were on board with this, we would be livid. I'm both North American and European. Alex, what is your opinion on this? I know what your opinion is, but do you get what I'm saying when, like, watching what it's like to be in a worldwide league like the NHL, and how it wouldn't work for soccer? Sorry, football. I was going to mention football as well, but it wouldn't work, man. Liverpool fan here from the UK. Do not allow Sky in the UK, and they take the moral high ground. This is money versus money, not money versus principle. Both are bad as each other. Well said, Matt. Save our sport. Get onto social media. Make the noise. Stop it. Come on, as a Spurs fan. Well said, my man. Well said. Why are people crying about it? It's for money, but the same people are okay with Man City buying millions of pounds worth of players to win big leagues. That's a different situation. I mean, sniper scope, I take your point, but I mean, they're allowing that. They're allowing that. That's why it's a whole different issue. This is game changing. This could see some of the biggest clubs in their respective leagues break apart. The Bundesliga would immediately become the best league in the world if that was to happen, man. If all, like, the Premier League, the Big Six left the Premier League, and I mean, it's still a great league. We know how much depth the Premier League has through it. But, I mean, well, not the Bundesliga would be the best league besides the European League, because the European League would grab a lot of the big hitters around the world. As a United fan, I'm sorry for this. I'm disappointed as a United fan, as an owner, as a part of this. It's wild, man. The passion, I don't think people realize what it's like to be a passionate football fan. I don't, because what I'm reading here is absolutely beautiful, man. This sport is ruined. Hashtag save our sport. And the disappointment in their clubs. And that's got to hit. That's got to hit the people making these calls. Football morals were gone years ago when the Premier League allowed billionaire oil men to take control of our clubs. What did they expect was going to happen? Rest in peace, football. I'm a Liverpool, and I think it's disgusting. You never walk alone. And it's sad. It's sad. I see it all the time. People keep right now putting you never walk alone. And they're shaking their head about it because you preach one thing, and you've done so well. Every Premier League club has done well to build what they have, man. There's no doubt about it. They have. But now to come down like this, it's just ridiculous. It is, and I don't know how they can get over it. Where's the announcement being shown? I would head over to Sky Sports and try to keep an eye on it there. I'd open Twitter, because you better believe once that announcement erupts, man. Just go to Super League, go to latest. It's scary, and I'm just reading these comments. Only Super League I'll be watching. European Super League movement. There's so much on Instagram right now. On Twitter, on YouTube. Shameful that Arsenal are involved in the Super League. Owners are disgraceful to the sport. It's where a lot of people are thinking, man. The European Super League will replace the Champions League, not the national leagues. They will stay in the leagues because they cannot afford to remove those clubs. I don't know no one's going to know what the final decision is, but they're going to threaten them. And they're going to do everything that in their power to threaten them before this decision can be made. Because if you don't threaten the loss of Champions League, if you don't threaten the loss of the national team, they're just going to go ahead and do it. 300 million, 400 million plus for 12 clubs each. Ladies and gents, we are probably witnessing murder of the world's most beautiful and popular sport. I enjoyed that. That was well said, and it's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. This is the first time seeing this, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We should own the "You Never Walk Alone" slogan. If Liverpool join, Klopp will come back home. Dustin's here. Dustin, how you doing, my man? Hey, Josh, I'm also annoyed. Every football fan should be annoyed. You hear the word Super League, guess where else you think of the Super League? The Chinese Super League. Another beautiful league that tried to ruin players' careers. Oscar is still chilling there making bank. I am Asian. I know what corruption is. Well, I just pray it doesn't happen, man. There's got to be threats. There's got to be conversations behind the scenes that are going to try to make this swing. Nobody wants it. Nobody, you can't build a league like this with so much hatred behind it. And now that some of these clubs have made their decisions, it's also scary. If Liverpool, there's already furious Liverpool fans. There's already furious Tottenham fans. There's already furious United fans. And now if this doesn't happen, guess what? You've just pissed off so many of your own supporters. Oh, man. But I don't have another game to watch on TV and a football. If Liverpool joins the European Super League, we will welcome all Liverpool fans to Dortmund with open arms as long as they bring Van Dijk and Klopp with them. Yeah, we will, but again, guys, I just don't want to see it happen. I don't want to see it happen. It's just ridiculous. This might be my favorite comment. Yeah, it tells you all you need to know, guys. It tells you all you need to know. UEFA released a statement with the Premier League, FA, La Liga, and Serie A that states any team who joins the Super League will be banned from all domestic competitions, including the league. I'm nervous, man. England team will be ruined. Yeah. Who wants to see the English national team abroad? Anyone got a starting 11 for that? Sky will do anything to stop this from happening to protect their partnership with the Prem. They are scared of the likes. Yeah, it's Matt, you have some good knowledge that you're coming in here with. I'm covering my whole face, but it's worth it for the chat here to read what you have to say. But it's true. This is a game changer. I don't think since the years I've been alive, I don't think there's ever been nerves like this. Nobody likes it. Plus, who came up with it? Hashtag save our sport. Who came up with it? It's the rich. The rich want this to happen, man. The American owners, it's scary. It's not just American owners. There's a lot of different owners around the world, but it's all about money. And it's the reason that the sport can sometimes be corrupt. And it's the reason it's scary. Right then, it's a league, as I understand, with no relegation. Yes, us North Americans are well aware what that's like. Okay, leave the Premier League and join the Super League. I can see half empty stadiums with lack of interest in the whole thing. That is, man. That is so true. And that's what it's like being that's what it's like for me, for example. So here's an example for everyone watching in the world who doesn't know what it's like to have an Americanized league. An Americanized league, for example, is one that doesn't have relegation. And one that doesn't have relegation, you lose interest. My club right now in the NHL, and yes, I'm Canadian, I love hockey, is almost dead last. They are crap. I still watch them each and every week because it's fun, but there's no reason to really watch them. They're not making the playoffs. You guys are probably like, what is playoffs? They're not making the playoffs. They're not getting relegated. The remainder of their 20 games don't matter. And I think that this is something that they're not taking into consideration. Is if this European Super League does happen, and take a team like Tottenham, for example. Just let's say Tottenham. Or let's say Arsenal. Arsenal's sitting in 9th place, and they are getting pumped throughout the course of this season by the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Madrid, the likes of Juve. And they're getting absolutely wrecked. What intensifies this competition? Because they're going to be sitting in the bottom of the basement of the European Super League. The fans are going to be angry. If they're not winning silverware right now in the Premier League, they're not going to win it in the European Super League. They're doing it strictly because they want money. And it's just ridiculous. Butler says Champions League is boring now. Yes to EPL. Okay. No. Unacceptable, man. Never been more proud of BBB. Well said. Well said, my man. I guess there's two. I've seen two people now. I've seen two people now in the chat that have said that they are for the Super League, and I don't know, man. I can't see it. I can't see it. Yes, there is spamming. Butler, stop spamming, my man, or I'm gonna have to block you. Stop the Super League. Hashtag save our sport. UEFA said that they would ban players from playing anywhere else if they join the Super League. And they should. They should put every single thing in their power to stop this. But there are a few people jumping in the chat that are for the European Super League. But I think the people who probably might be people who, like I said, who are Americanized. I mean, I'm myself and disappointed, and I don't want to see this happen. And these are the things that I'm seeing a lot of. I'm disappointed to be a fan of United. And that's got to speak volumes, man. You're a massive something. Will you cover the announcement? I'm going to do my best. Everyone in world football, man, is waiting right now for this announcement. Every single person in world football is sitting here. And I just feel like I have a interesting take, and a lot of people would have an interesting take, especially people who understand what it's like to be a part of an Americanized culture. And let me tell you, being Canadian and wanting to be European for the reason of like I love football, it speaks volumes, because I love the way that these leagues are run, and it would just be gut-wrenching if it changes and you see an Americanized league in football. It's unacceptable. The MLS does it, but it is in America. In Canada, it is different. But you see a lot of disinterest at certain points during this season. The news should be coming. It should be coming soon. It was supposed to happen a little bit ago as well. They keep postponing it. Who knows exactly when it will happen. But there's a little bit of panic, obviously, due to COVID. And I think that's the reason why they're starting to push this right now. I have more appreciation for German football now, after we've shown that we still have respect for the sport. Rich owners. 30 years of history down the drain. UEFA is so corrupt. This isn't the answer. You can point your fingers at anything you want, but this is not the answer. The Super League will majority ruin football. Yes, it absolutely will. Arsenal should quit to join the Super League. Anyone who likes the idea is a plastic fan who's never watched football. It's just game changing. I can't believe this is here, man. I can't believe that this decision could be made. The Super League will ruin football. Yes, it will. Joel is here encouraging Dortmund, saying that we did something right. Well, it's scary, but I'm loving the support I see from you guys. You guys get it. You guys get it, except for the odd couple of you who are for it. But the majority of you guys in the chat get it, and you get the severity of it. I see that there's a lot of huge football fans here, and you can tell by some of these comments, some of these knowledgeable comments. I've enjoyed reading all of them, man. So you guys deserve a huge shout out. Like these are the comments that should scare Tottenham Hotspur. I'm disappointed from Tottenham. Like, the disappointment in your own fan base should speak volumes to the decision that you're about to make. I mean, you see clubs like PSG and City get a lot of hate because of their owners. There is. It's a known thing for football. But Arsenal, Liverpool, getting dragged into this conversation is not a good look, and you're seeing it right now. Josh, I won. When am I getting my t-shirt? No, you gotta enter it, man. You gotta enter it. Yeah, but yes, guys, if you like the video, you can. I wish you could like this video on better circumstances. It's scary. We're gonna find out together what's going down with the Super League. Super League announcement in 5 minutes. Gary Neville interview is unbelievable. For any of you massive fans out there, you should watch that. Any football fan, so pretty much anybody, anyone watching, you should watch Gary Neville's interview. It was exceptional. It gave me motivation to come on here and say my piece as well, because I'm terrified right now. Relegate them all. And this is what's just got to say. That's what's got to say. If it wasn't covering my face, I would leave it on here the entire time, but save our sport. Works for Sky and says they want him to say. Why break something that's not broken? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I don't think the clubs who have maybe flirted with this idea, the big six in the Premier League, I don't think they quite realize what damage they've now done to their fans. And that's what's scary. I mean, you think that a City fan, you think that a United fan, you think that a Liverpool fan gets angry after a loss? Wait till this ends. And wait till you see the hate that you've just created because you wanted to be selfish. But man, Barcelona and Madrid are the only big clubs owned by supporters. It's true. It's very true. Imagine if this was April Fool's. This would be a cruel April Fool's joke, man. I'm genuinely nervous. And I'm a big Bundesliga fan. Who came up with this idea? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Honestly, as a Chelsea fan, give Chelsea and all the others a big punishment. There you go. I'm disappointed, I'm ashamed, I'm sad, I'm angry. I've supported Liverpool my whole life, and I don't know if I can keep supporting them after this. And that's the passion that I'm excited to be here and to talk with you guys, to read about. I mean, I like to think myself as a pretty passionate fan as well. But I mean, I don't live directly in it, which is a reason when I said I missed out on being European, that was the reason. I would have loved to grown up with a club like I could support, live, and die for. I've developed one with Borussia Dortmund through my own means, and I try to stay as connected as I can, but I live in Canada, man. I couldn't imagine, for you fans out there who go to games. I mean, I watched a beautiful tweet that said, Arsenal, you can take your season tickets and shove it up your arsenal. I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. Jimmy says it, and he says it well. This is basically betraying their fan base. So many passionate football fans here, man. You guys are killing it. You look like Holland. I haven't heard that one before, Butler, but I mean, I guess I'll take it as a compliment. Bro, just ignored by big message with fire emoji. Sorry, my man. There's a lot of comments coming in, a lot of nervous fans, and as you should be, man. As you should be. As an Everton fan, I have so much history, and teams like Spurs get for nothing. Yeah, man. There's so many. Money talks, showing its greedy face. Nothing is confirmed yet, man. Nothing is confirmed, but it's coming soon. As a Cardiff City fan, these 6 clubs will ruin Football League entirely. Greed. Damn greed. And it sucks, because football, I mean, you guys know, you're football fans. You know what it's like being a supporter of a football fan, man. There's a lot of corruption that happens in this sport. That's exactly what it is. And to see stuff like this happening, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can't believe I'm coming on here doing this today. It's sad. It's scary. I want this to end. I want a decision to be made. And I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I don't know if I would have words to describe what's going to happen. And you see clubs, look at this. Leeds United, man. Don't go to bed just yet. There's still work to be done. No one. Super League, man. Oh, man. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Got a super chat. Football made by the poor, took by the rich. Kyle, thank you for the donation, my man. And that's a beautiful donation, because that's a beautifully well said. And that's why I said with Liverpool, it's hitting these fans hard. It's hitting these fans hard, and they're angry. And I like to see it. I love to see the passion behind you guys, because you guys are coming up with some unreal comments, a lot of passion, and it's scary. It's absolutely scary. I just heard BVB are interested. I haven't heard that until you just said that, so I'm desperately hoping that that's not true. But they were invited, man. I know Dortmund, I know Munich, I know PSG. Those clubs were all invited, and I heard that they were no. So let me know where you heard that Dortmund was interested in. As if people aren't suffering enough. And a favorite, that hits hard, man. Yep, I missed it. Too many comments coming in. But yeah. This is a disgrace, football fans. Football has always been the best sport. If it happens, yeah, there's so many words. Please, BBB, don't let the flame die out. Oh, man. just patiently sitting here on Twitter. What if the European Super League was for fans? The whole world would unite. Trevor, man, Twitter's going wild. You guys are going wild. You guys are killing it in the chat. I love the motivation. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, it means a lot. Again, I wish it was under better circumstances. I don't want to be here doing this rant. It doesn't feel right, and you guys, I can see it in here. It's just it's unfair. As a Bremen fan, I await the European Super League. Smiling. Oh, man. Arsenal's pissed off a lot of their fans, too. Look at this. Had 4 Chelsea season tickets. I don't appreciate as a fan. And that's the damage I don't think these clubs realize are going to do, man. And you never know exactly what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen when you piss off a fan base and when you piss off people who've devoted so much into their club, into their team, into their life. Has not been confirmed yet, my man. Not been confirmed yet, but it's got to be close. I'm just sitting here refreshing the our Twitter here. But I'm reading some articles here for you guys just to give you some... And I don't know, man. They're throwing everything at the board. But it says that UEFA will ban clubs to partake in a European Super League. We've heard it many times, but they're trying to throw stuff at here. I'm opposed to the European Super League, but the crisis in solidarity that we're seeing is a positive. So some people are excited about, as a lot of you guys are putting a lot of love into this. But yeah, it's scary, man. It's scary, and I love the Premier League fans. Is the comments here that's catching my eye. I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't know what's happening, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Whether I'm going to fall and ban us, or if it will work. I don't know, man. I don't know. Steve says the Brits hurt Canada. Glad you did this. Interesting reading the comments. It is. The comments are exceptional, and I said you guys deserve a round of applause. I see so many passionate football fans, and people don't realize how worldwide this sport is. It's so true. You go to any country across the world, you can find this beautiful game to watch. And what they're trying to do right now with this European Super League is putting a wrench in so many years well spent. And like I said, I'm Canadian. I didn't even grow up in Europe. It's the one thing I really felt I missed out on. How many people in the chat here have been to a European game live? Let me know. And let me know how it is supporting your club, being a passionate fan, waking up on weekends, going... I live in Canada, so I got to wake up early to watch some of these games. But it's a different perspective over here. And as a North American, it makes me sick to my stomach seeing what could happen in the next few minutes, man. I have been to a few European games. I've went backpacking, but... Oh, man. Quick question. Anyone know what's going to happen to championships club like mine at Cardiff? Stop the Super League. I don't know what's going to happen, but I assume, say 6 clubs leave the Premier League. Maybe 6 the promotion will be bigger from the championship. So, if Cardiff are in the top 6, 7, 8, whatever the promotion is that year, they'll go up to the Prem. So, I don't know, man. It's scary. This is a beautiful one. Football is working class. And this is all the rich. It is, man. It is. It's scary, man. I grew up in Toronto. Attending each game was a feeling that I cannot possibly explain. Or Trino, sorry. It's Toronto. I just, Canadian. But that's very cool, man. That's very cool. I love reading that kind of stuff. You shake your head. I don't know what to say. I'm a Norwich supporter, and for me, football is an escape from reality and a chance to enjoy a day with your friends. Yeah, and if, like I said, I saw a couple people talking about what it was like being a football fan, and when Corona came in, and imagine what it was like not watching that. Well, imagine what it's like not watching that, but never again. Never, ever having the opportunity to watch the Premier League as it was intended. To watch Serie A as intended. everything would change. And it's only changing because of money. That's the only reason. Could risk winning multiple trophies for a season for one shitty European Super League. That doesn't change at all our season. That's from a Liverpool fan. I'm just on Twitter here. The outrage is real, man. The European Super League will be a thing before 2025. It's inevitable. And it's shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a real... Like I said, like this isn't breaking news to me. I've been following this story for the better part of a year. Listening, if you guys listen to ESPN, this is where I first heard of it. And some of the professionals giving their opinion on it. And it was a good listen. And I got up every day and trying to listen and hear what people were saying about it. But I still believed it couldn't happen. It was just too big of a change. It's something that would literally blow your mind. And the fact that this could come down to it, I think it's waking up a lot of football fans across the world. Like, I don't know, we got 450 plus of you guys watching here. How many of you guys actually heard of this European Super League happening before today? I'm just curious, because it's something that I think a lot of people just kind of brushed off, and me including. I've definitely heard of it, but I brushed off because I just couldn't stand for it and couldn't believe that it'd be a possibility. I've been a Man City fan for 7 years. My first ever time was at a Man City game against QPR. We won the league, and now it's ridiculous. Okay, that's a very cool comment. That's gotta pop on. You were at the game, the QPR game, man. One of the most famous, fabulous games of football. Oh my god, man. That is so cool. And everything that you've lived for and everything that you've celebrated over the years is a little bit, it feels different now. I don't know. The announcement's been pushed back already 3 or 4 times. I'm here shaking, man, too. I'm nervous. Newcastle beating Barcelona 3-2. The best European night. Damn. You guys got some cool memories. It's cool. It's cool having worldwide football fans and your different memories. It's cool. It's very cool. I went to a game live, watched Dortmund play Frankfurt. I watched Messi score a goal live. I went to Wembley. I got some cool ones as well. But they're being painful memories right now. Has it happened? Not that I can see, man. Josh, just tell me, what is the ESL? It's the European Super League. It's the league that is about to blow up Twitter, Breaking. A European Super League is expected to be announced. Okay, yes, we know. You see breaking, you worry that the announcement is coming, man. I'm shaking. All the clubs saying F the Super League. It's cool. It's giving me a lot of love for you guys, too, in the chat that are on the same page. And there's so many of you guys, man. Many different countries around the world. I want the European Super League announced immediately. This is going to be one of the greatest days of football history. All right, I don't know who tweeted that, but that man needs to have his head shaken there. But I still don't see any big announcement yet. I see a lot of comments, man. Watching United versus Blackburn when Ronaldo scored, man. That's cool. You guys got some cool memories, man. It's fantastic. It's why I love having these kind of conversations. Unfortunately, it's about the worst of terms, but hopefully it'll be rejected, and then we can celebrate at least, and then we can relax. Absolute disgrace. I'm an Everton fan. I don't want to see my team win the Premier League because the top 6 believed in the above the Premier League. That is another beautiful one, man. And the different perspectives. This is an Everton fan who says he doesn't want to win the Premier League. And that's what I'm saying about Dortmund for the Champions League. Just, for example, if this thing goes down and Dortmund win the Champions League, it's going to feel different than if we won it naturally. Just like for an Everton supporter, it's going to feel different than if you won it naturally. I've wanted to do a European Super League video for a while. I felt like I had time. I didn't. I had to come out here live. We don't even have our producer here. Producer T is not even here. We had to wing this and do the best we can to get me up here and talking because I thought the announcement was going to happen about an hour ago. All fans are agreeing on this very, very bad idea. Breaking news. Announcement will occur in the next 30 minutes and the possibility of the ESL going through is extremely possible. I desperately hope not. It keeps getting pushed back, man. Like, I don't know how long we're going to be live here for. This is ridiculous. It's all money. Owners don't care about the club, and I've been a Man United fan. Yeah, it is. It's scary. And I'm seeing a lot of you guys thinking the same thing. Juventus are one of the leading clubs in the Super League, but tonight we couldn't beat Atalanta. Yeah, but you guys see what it's like getting yourself in trouble. Take Barcelona, for example, guys. Barcelona got themselves in a world of trouble with their finances. This is an answer for them. They're like, why not? Why not? You guys, I'm sure you've heard the story of the debt Barcelona's in. The wages of Coutinho, the wages of Griezmann, the well-deserved wages of Messi. Their club is financially struggling, and if you get $450 million shoved into it, anyone's going to take that. That's a line. Not everyone's going to take that. Selfish people are going to take that. And that's why some of the bigger clubs, Juve's got some debt problems as well. Just because these are massive, massive clubs doesn't mean that they don't spend money on massive, massive players. And doesn't mean that they make stupid decisions. I'm looking at Philip Coutinho. Sorry, my man, but it's money not well spent. Dropping $100+ million on him on top of his wages and getting nothing for it. One day I'll be at Anfield, but for now I'll settle for Orlando City tickets, watching Nanny play. There you go, my man. And I'm the same. I'm going to try to head back to Dortmund as soon as I can to watch another game there. And in the meantime, I'll be watching TFC play. It's my local, the closest club I got to me, but I'm so glad Bundesliga team said no. I am too, man. Your favorite Premier League top 6 club. My favorite Premier League top 6 club is Chelsea. That's a team I've followed for a long time. But again, guys, I'm Canadian. I grew up following the sport in a different way. I wasn't injected into it. I found it kind of on my own. My parents don't know anything about it. My friends don't know anything about it. I fell in love with the sport in my own kind of way. My first coach gave me a Chelsea jersey, a Lampard jersey, and I've kept a special connection to the club. But there will be domestic type system even if the European Super League goes through. I don't know. I don't know all the ifs and buts about it, but from what I'm reading, if they go through and they join this European Super League, from what I'm reading, that they're getting shunned from everything. And I don't know if they'll be welcomed back, and I don't know how these clubs can recover. Like, look at these comments. As an Arsenal fan, we don't even deserve to go there. I'd rather see my club in the position where we can see and fight for the Europa League and climb to the Champions League. And that's another beautiful fan, man. That's another awesome comment. And that's the issue about a Super League. That's the issue, is you lose that fighting spirit. You lose that passion. You've bought your way into the Super League, and guess what? You're guaranteed to stay there because no matter how poor you do, you're in that league. You're in that league every single year. And I love that comment, man. So huge shout out for you guys who believe in that. This is coming from an Arsenal fan. And Arsenal fans had a difficult time this year. I'm a Dortmund fan. I've had a difficult time this year. But I'd much rather see my club compete in the UEFA Conference League, the UEFA Europa League, before selling out, taking the money, and going and playing with 12 other teams. It would be a meltdown. And I'm seeing so many positive comments in the chat. A lot of you guys are on the same page, and it's fantastic, man. Please tell them to like the video. If you guys want to like the video, I appreciate it. If you guys want to subscribe, I hope you enjoy the content. I mean, again, this content, I don't want to be sitting here talking about this. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. My Twitter notifications are at their limit. I'm getting tweeted. I'm getting DM'd. And here's a good one from Adrian from Rabona TV. A buddy of mine says, those in favor of the European Super League, I am genuinely curious to hear your thoughts on why you are in favor of the competition over keeping things the way that they are. No judgment. I want to listen. And let's take a look at some of the comments, because it's a fair question. Everyone's got their different opinions. And here's someone who says, I'm in favor of the European Super League, but not the format that we've been talked about on social media. Man United fan here, not for it. That's fair as well. Some people are saying that they're ready for a change, and this isn't the answer. This is not the answer for a change, man. This is a buyout is what it is. If they set the European Super League, I reckon I'm going to say goodbye to football forever because nothing about it is beautiful. My club, QPR, got rinsed from the FFP when clubs like Man City, Chelsea spend more money. Football is corrupt. That's a tough comment to read, man. It's a fair comment. It's crazy to see different people's perspectives on this conversation. Plastic fans will say they are up for change. I'm a Spurs fan. West Ham deserved more than us. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's capitalism at its finest, man. And it's I don't know, man. The comments are just so uplifting to read. You guys have a great perspective on it as well. West Ham fan, if they go, let them go. Better off without them. It's hard. This is gonna put a damper, and I didn't think it'd get to this point where they put the fan base in a situation to turn on the club. I didn't think that they would be that naive to think that if the talks were ongoing and a special announcement was to be made, that fans wouldn't jump on this and wouldn't freak out and wouldn't have their opinion. And what I'm reading in the chat, guys, is exactly what I want to be reading. And here's another one. I've been a Liverpool fan for 17 years. I was 2 when I watched the first game. 3-0 against the Saints. I'm not ready for this ESL stuff. That's scary, man. I'm 24. Like, I'm relatively young, but I've spent the majority of my young Canadian life watching football on the weekends, man. Watching the different leagues, just trying to do anything I can. You know how many games I've streamed over the years? You know how hard it is to watch football in Canada? It's so disappointing. It's absolutely disappointing. As a BVB fan, I'm glad that we won't compete there. I'd much rather stay in the Europa League. I agree with you, my man. Absolutely agree with you. I remember being a mascot for the Manchester Derby when we won the 2018-19 season, and now we are a part of this. Very cool to hear, man. You guys got some good stories. You guys have some good stories to read. And like, picture the Champions League, man. Like, one of my favorite Champions League moments and memories was watching Dortmund in the Malaga game. Watching Lewandowski score those 4 goals against Madrid. Watching that Liverpool 4-0 win against Barca. The Milan, the Liverpool game of 2005. The comeback, the shootout. Those memories are fantastic. And that was a question, was what were my favorite memories? And the Malaga game was undescribable. Any Dortmund fan here who lived through that Malaga game, it was unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, you guys are all fans of you guys all have your respective teams, your respective. What's your memory? Give me a memory that just kills you to think about. Lewandowski, when he scored those 4 goals against Madrid, was a special night for me. And like I said, I like Chelsea, guys. So when Drogba scored that penalty against Bayern, it was something special as well. The comebacks in the competition are unbelievable. That's wild. They tried to hold an emergency meeting with the 12 clubs and none turned up. Good. I guess that's a positive thing. That is beautiful. Saw BVB win the Champions League in 97, man. That is exceptional. That is so cool, man. Watching Drogba's header against Bayern in 2012 Champions League final was incredible, even though I didn't think or watch it in person. It is. It's still memories, man. It's still memories. I've watched most of the football, 99% of the football I've watched has been on television. I'm a Malaga fan. My man, that's cool. That's cool. We got people watching from all over the world. It's cool to find a Malaga fan. Hopefully you guys can come back up to the Liga. I mean, it'll be easier if other clubs leave, but we don't want to see that. But that's very cool. You had a good team that year. Young Isco. My favorite memory was beating Manchester City as a Norwich fan wins. Well, congratulations to being a Norwich fan. You're back up to the Premier League. But it doesn't come around too often. It put me in a good mood for the rest of the week. It does, man. And how many of you guys have been angry and peed off when your team loses? Like I said, I'm a Dortmund fan. So I've had a few weeks this season where I've just been livid. Absolutely livid. Football is being ruined. It is. And this announcement's got to come. I don't know why they keep pushing it back. We're all sitting here waiting for this decision so I can move on with my life. Or not move on with my life, depending what this outcome is. A lot of people are pretty angry at City, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. You're a disgrace and an embarrassment to the beautiful game. So somebody on Twitter. Where's these announcements, man? The Super League cannot go through. It simply can't. No, it cannot, my man. BVB making a push for the Europa League in 2014-15 after the worst start. That was a good memory, man. And that's a beautiful thing about this sport. Like, I don't know if a lot of you guys are aware of that. Some of you fans who maybe don't follow Dortmund, but you guys know we're a top 2 side, arguably, in the Bundesliga. We were sitting dead last, 18th place in the 14-15 season after 17 games. So after halfway through the season, we were sitting dead last, 18th place, and we didn't fire Klopp. We kept our man, we kept our love. We climbed back up to 7th and qualified for the Europa League. Like, and there's fantastic memories too. I mean, you guys talk about a memory of the Premier League. I love him or hate him, Sergio Aguero's goal for Manchester City was exceptional. It gives me goosebumps, and I have no tie to either of those teams. I give up from Bristol City fan. Gary Neville ripped to the Premier League teams, which was great to watch. It was great to watch. That literally, guys, that gave me the motivation to come on and talk about this, because I didn't realize how serious it was until I watched Gary Neville, and I was like, this stuff's about to go down. I do not think there will be an announcement. I don't know, man. It was supposed to come. It got pushed back. It was supposed to come. It got pushed back. It's not unusual for these kind of announcements. Thomas Tuchel to goal about his contract. It changes nothing how many years of the contract is. If I deserve to stay at Chelsea, I'm super happy to stay with them and stay as long as possible. I feel a part of the Chelsea family. And someone says that's a hint. I don't know, man. And let me, if you guys hear other stuff as well, I'm keeping an eye on as many social media platforms as I can to try to get some type of update. Oh, Paco's free kick against Augsburg. That was beautiful as well, man. You guys are coming up with some beautiful memories. Beautiful, beautiful memories. Yep, and there we go. From our city supporter. It was cool, man. Would you mind Holland joining Chelsea? I'd only want him to join if he basically makes a fuss to leave. Otherwise, and I don't care where he goes. The only team I don't want him to go to really is Bayern for obvious and painful reasons. But the future of football is the European Super League. That cannot be true. That cannot be true, man. I'm excited for the European Super League because I care more about teams like Hanover and Hamburg than Bayern and BVB. It's an interesting partake, guys, but it's still, like, this is such a worldwide sport. And from the comments we've seen over the better part of the last hour, it's pretty unanimous that this is a poor decision. And the hatred of some of the fans towards the club is rightfully so. Rio Ferdinand is also giving his thoughts, which is great. I'm not listening to it. I can't just because, I'm trying to talk to you guys. Jack says, any news yet? No. I'm shaking my foot. What about the magic of the FA Cup? The FA Cup's another beautiful, beautiful competition as well. All these competitions would be ruined pretty much, except for the Bundesliga, because their clubs have stuck against it. But I don't know. Rooney's overhead kick. It's beautiful watching the supporters coming together. It is. It's my favorite thing about this stream with you guys. It's absolutely fantastic. 12 teams, 2 more. Elaborate. Elaborate, my friend. I misunderstood. Okay, that's not good. It's negative. As they tried to apparently call a meeting with the clubs to tell them not to do it, and no one showed up. Okay. I don't know. I'm refreshing Twitter left, right, and center. Announcement either in 15 minutes or tomorrow from Sky Sports. Of course. Keep us here for the better part of an hour. Well, I guess it'll be in either 15 minutes or they will postpone it tomorrow. And of course, they can't even make a decision on when to make this announcement. Absolutely ridiculous, man. I will miss moments like the 8-2 Liverpool, the 4-0, 3-3, the 6-1 Barca vs PSG. Fun fact, I turned that game off to watch a 1-0 game because I figured the game was over and didn't even bother to check the score. So once Cavani scored that goal to make it, I think, 2-1, I turned it off. It's sad, man. These comments are bumming me out. United fan of 34 years. Respect to the German clubs, how they retain their integrity during this run of clubs. I'm not a fan of the ESL. It's time for our fan base and United to get rid of our owners. That's, man. The heart of football. Thank you for sharing that post with me, my man. Just ridiculous. This might be the first time that everyone is agreeing with a fact. I'd love to see it. Football is the ultimate winner. It could be, unless the announcement goes sideways, man. Can someone explain to me what this is, please? There is a European Super League that is rumored to be breaking off. 12 clubs are going to be in it. And if they do, they will no longer be eligible to play in their respective leagues. There's been rumors that they can't represent their national team. The Champions League would be pretty much ruined. The Premier League would be pretty much ruined. It would blow up the sport like nothing you've ever seen. They would like 4 more teams to join. Bayern is reconsidering, and Leipzig, I bet would probably join them in a heartbeat. But I don't know how these talks are progressing like that, man. Leipzig would like to join. That doesn't seem like a surprise. And I'm pretty sure the Bundesliga would probably be pumped if they left anyways. But I still don't want them to. When is the announcement? It's supposed to be, I just read it, and it's going to be announced in 15 minutes, or it might be postponed till tomorrow. Ridiculous. The last-minute goal for Troy Deeney in Watford in the second leg against Leicester at Wembley. That is an underrated game that probably, I'm sure a lot of people do know about, but it wouldn't surprise me if some of you guys didn't. If you didn't, go watch the highlights of the Troy Deeney versus Leicester game. It was in a promotion playoff, and it was unbelievable. It's epic to see football fans from many different nations coming together to fight the disgrace of the league. That deserves to pop on here, man. It does. It is. We got 350 plus people watching, and like I said, it's pretty unanimous that you guys are on the same page as I'm on. And I don't know. You guys are giving me updates as well. Apparently, this bad news that talks could have been taking place to potentially try to fix a situation that have not been happening. Now I'm hearing that they're trying to rope Bayern back into it, trying to rope Leipzig into it. A lot of people are putting GIFs. Well, we're waiting. Hashtag Super League. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm ready for this announcement. Bayern can't join them, right? 50 plus 1. Money talks, man. Money talks. Who knows what they're going to decide? I see if any team leaving, it'd be Leipzig. Of the Bundesliga, Leipzig would probably feel like, okay, whatever. We're not really liked that much here anyways. The 50 plus 1 rule very much hurts Leipzig's favorability here in the Bundesliga. All this history down the drain. Ridiculous, man. Mora versus Ajax. I'm a Spurs fan and hella angry. It's a disgrace, man. I don't know what it's like to be a Premier League fan right now. It breaks my heart reading a lot of these painful comments that you guys are saying. Reliving some of the memories of the beautiful game. Money does not talk. Football far more important than greens. I agree. And I didn't mean football talks in the way that you pay me enough money, I'll talk. I meant it in the way that you pay some owners enough money, they'll do what they want. If Bayern and Leipzig win, we can be happy with our UEFA Champions League Bundesliga title. If Bayern leaves, man, we become heavy favorites as well, but it's not how I want to win. If I'm a Dortmund fan, just like the Everton fan that was here earlier said, I'd rather fight for the Europa League and finish 6th, 7th place in the Premier League, and same as me, finishing 2nd, 3rd place in the Bundesliga, than see everybody drop it and go to the Europa League. It wouldn't mean as much. And with a snap, the world changes completely. Literally. Nobody knows how powerful football is, man. It's a beautiful sport for the reason, but Sitting here just waiting. Josh, help me. Bayern might go. People are saying 10 minutes till the announcement and or the postponement until tomorrow. Liverpool fan here. Totally agree. It's BS that the big club can think that they can either create their own league, which they cannot explain. It's just ridiculous, man. Can't even get through some of these comments. I hope Bayern doesn't go. Like I said, if any Bundesliga club would reconsider, it'd be Leipzig. I mean, they're run by Red Bull, guys. It's not a common connection to think that, you know, RB Leipzig might join this. And you know what? It wouldn't bother me that much. I still hope all Bundesliga sides don't do it just for the integrity of the league. But I don't think a lot of Bundesliga fans out there would care if Leipzig left. I would be annoyed if Bayern left. Like I said, I'd rather lose to Bayern every year and have them in the league than them jump ship just to take the money. One of my favorite City moments is when we went from 14th to 1st. And I also love when Jude Bellingham scored his first 2 goals for Dortmund. There you go, my man. Gotta love it. I just don't understand why a club can pick money over their fans so easily. That's such an underrated comment, my man. And it's so true. And you're seeing it in force here. You're seeing it. We have 400 people here watching. And I've heard so many stories from so many fans across the world. Specifically in the Premier League. Because the Premier League is a massive league. It's a worldwide massive league. And the Big Six leagues, or the Big Six in the Premier League are for it. While the Big Six fan base is strongly against it. And that's where I'm seeing some of the very passionate comments I'm seeing today. Statement in 10 minutes. It won't happen, just a storm and a cup of tea to create all the drama. Boys, we celebrate hard if the announcement is made tonight and it's in our favor. Otherwise, I don't know where to go with this sport, man. I've spent too much time. I spent 14 years living and dying for this sport. And I love Borussia Dortmund, man. I run a Dortmund fan channel. I'm a Canadian. But I love watching football all over the world, man. I love watching it in Turkey. I love watching it in Portugal. I've watched a Chinese Super League game once. It was an Asian Champions League. And I know you're thinking, Josh, what's your point? Chinese Super League. I get it. I'm sorry. But I love the different cultures of football across the world. And reading your guys' comments today has been exceptional. And it really puts perspective into what this decision could mean for everyone. Some seasons, at least 1 or 2 big sit sides struggle, which gives them lower teams a chance to jump and take a chance at the spot and make the Premier League more interesting. It is. I mean, I've used Arsenal so many times for an example, man. And it's wild. Yusuf with a super chat. You didn't say anything, my man. So if you want me to read something out, just post something and I can read it out. Been a fan for 37 years, and I don't know what to do if it went through. 37 years. And like I said, I'm 24, guys. I'm relatively young. But still, I've put so much time into watching this beautiful game and watching the leagues all around the world. And I just don't know what to think, man. Let the middle class have their Super League. A working class league will be better. Starting to think I should go to sleep. They need to hurry up. The announcement is supposed to be within minutes, and then if not, I guess it's extended. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. You're 27? I'm 24. I'm 24. I've been watching football since I've been about 10. And I'm Canadian, so I think that's kind of impressive to get it when my family's not into the sport. But I don't know. YouTube is dumb. I was going to think about what I was going to say, but bought it too early. It's all right, Yusuf. If you have a comment, man, I'll read it out. You donated. I appreciate it. But it's a lot of nerves. Wait, if it happens, PSG win automatic Champions League? Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't want to join the league. They're like, okay, our chance is here to win it, man. I'm 14. I'm a gunner, but this is embarrassing for all fans. Yes, it is, man. Are you a hockey fan? I like the Devils and the Canucks. I am a hockey fan, man. I don't know if you can tell. I have a Danny Heatley plaque hidden in the back there. But I'm a huge Sens fan. So, you know, painful. Painful. Josh, I'm like you, but American. I'm 13, became a football fan 3 years ago, and no one likes the sport. Yeah, it's different, man. It's absolutely different. Interesting. I think it's a great idea. Beat clubs, paying each other, best players play real competitive games. So we got a donation on the channel. I appreciate the donation, and everyone's opinion is obviously respected and answered, but I don't know, man. I can't take it. And it takes away a little bit of the special nights. And I take your point where you said it'd be cool to watch Madrid and Barca play each other 3-4 times a season. But doesn't that take away a little bit of what makes El Clasico special? What makes the derbies special? You play them twice a year. It's Derby Day. You guys living in England know what it means more than I do here in Canada. But come on, man. Come on. You play them each and every week, pretty much. You see these crazy competitive games. It takes away the lust. How intense was Bayern taking on PSG in the Champions League this season? That was a quarterfinal game, and I bet you all eyes were on that quarterfinals, except for me, because, you know, I was keeping an eye on some of the other games. Actually, no, I did watch that game. But it takes away what makes these ties special. Like, you only get to see a PSG Bayern type of clash every once in a while. I don't want to see it each and every week. I like peeking in and watching Newcastle take on Arsenal, and seeing the little guys having some fights and fighting their way up the table. I just can't. It takes it away. I think it would be cool for maybe some people for the first little bit, and then just like that, it would go away. And I don't know. Where are these announcements, man? I'm seeing some announcements, but they're all in languages I can't understand. It's blowing up right now. I don't know if an announcement has been made. I'm going to try to translate this one. They will disqualify those who play in the Super League. Yep. That's well known. I don't know. I don't know what to think. The announcement is postponed again. What time is it for you guys? Drop a flag. Let me know where a lot of you guys are watching from. Luke says it's official. Check Twitter. Uh-oh. Hungary, States, California, Canada, India. This is what makes this sport beautiful, man. I love hockey too, don't get me wrong. But when I see people from Peru, from Austria, from India, from all over the world, from Jamaica, Cape Town, England, it's exceptional, man. Absolutely exceptional. It's why this sport took me in. Absolutely fantastic. 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce that they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governing by its funding clubs. You guys seen this? I think it's official. No way. Another donation. I appreciate the donation, my man, but getting a little insult to injury here. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. Just go. If you guys have Twitter, hop on Twitter, man. Now, I read something where it said mid-week games. Finish is an understatement. Here he is. Official statement. 12 clubs today have jointly announced an agreement of the competition, the Super League. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter, Juve, Liverpool, City, United, Madrid, Tottenham have all joined. What? 3 more clubs are expected to join the founding clubs before its first season, which is expected to start soon as possible. In the future, the founding clubs look forward to consulting with UEFA and FIFA in order to work together. What the? Are you kidding me? I can't believe they announced it. I'm speechless, man. Oh my God. Like, that's interesting. I didn't read that. Romero said it's supposed to start as soon as possible, which is expected to start as soon as possible. I didn't read 22-23. This is a disgrace to the sport, man. Football is dead. Bro, I don't get what I'm watching. What source? You know, little guy, Fabrizio Romero, you know him. You guys probably are aware of him, but what the actual F? I'm going back on his Twitter. So a lot of you guys are saying that it's supposed to start in the 2022-23 season. I'm told to check my Instagram from my boy Payne here. What did Payne send me? What did he send me, Payne? The last 16 of the Champions League? Or clubs that are interested in the... Borussia Dortmund and Bayern did not have plans to join the Super League. That is good. That is good. I'm just in shock right now. I can't even find my words right now. Life is done. Cancel this. An absolute disgrace. This is a very bad idea and a disgrace, greedy, etc. However, the first year will be interesting to see who wins. But this is drinking milk every day. It ain't that bad. Stop overreacting. Accept the change. This isn't just a little change. This isn't like we're going to do a round of 64 into the Champions League. This is a massive, massive change to the world's most popular sport with an overwhelming negative reaction about it. This isn't just something light to talk about. This is a disaster. Every sense of the word is a disaster. We have 350 people here that pretty much agree with me. This isn't something light to take about, and I just didn't think it'd be announced. Could you show us the official tweet? I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I don't know what the copyright rules are here. But see if he has anything else. The official statement is that 12 clubs today have jointly announced the agreement of a competition called the Super League, and then I listed the respective clubs, and then it said 3 more clubs. I haven't really seen anything else on that. I'm going to go to the breaking news section because I'm just at a loss of words. I can't believe it's going through, man. Someone said, I remember a European Super League being talked about in the 80s. So, I mean, I guess it's been around for a while, but the Champions League, instantly, joy and rivalry will be dead. Goodbye, Spurs. Hello, Brighton. Boycott this ASAP. I don't know what is happening, man. I don't know what's happening. I seriously can't. Oh my god. I'm getting lit up here. Matar sent me a photo. Lived it, loved it. Farewell to the beautiful game from Xavi Alonso. Thank you for Matar for sharing that, man. I don't know what you do now. For you fans out there of the clubs that are joining this, what do you do? I've heard so many of you, and here's another one. I'm a Chelsea fan. This upsets me so much knowing how entertaining the Premier League is. Why do Premier League want to do this? Like, they built such a successful league, and I know we're a lot of Bundesliga fans here, but you got to give credit where credit is due. The Premier League has done exceptional to find. Producer T reaching out to me, told me to go check out a full statement here. 12 of Europeans' leading football clubs have today come together to announce that they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League. It's not even called the European Super League. It's literally called the Super League. It's such a stupid name in general. Anyways, governed by its founding clubs. Interesting. AC Milan, Arsenal FC, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea FC, FC Barcelona, Inter, Milan, Juve, Liverpool, City, United, Madrid, and Tottenham. Tottenham is among the leads. Okay. Rest in peace, Tottenham, is what some of you guys are saying. Going forward, the founding clubs look forward to holding discussions with UEFA and FIFA to work together in a partnership to deliver the best outcomes for the new league and the football as a whole. That's absolutely BS. If they wanted the best intentions for UEFA and FIFA, they wouldn't have started this. These negotiations are going to be ugly. They're going to be long. And if the life wasn't already shitty with what COVID, and I'm in Canada, guys, I'm on strict lockdown. It's been rumored that if you got caught driving around, you can get a ticket. And now they drop this stuff on me, man. Okay. The formation of the Super League comes at a time when the global pandemic has... it's obviously it's a global pandemic. Like, that doesn't mean to blow up football because of this. I don't even want to read this. It's actually making me livid. But shout out to Brewster T for getting us this. But in the existing European football economy model, they're saying the pandemic is not working. And these are the biggest clubs in the world. It's not even like they're addressing the smaller clubs, the Brightons, the Augsburgs of the world. They're literally addressing the best leagues in the world, and they're the ones that are breaking apart. Further, for a number of years, the founding clubs will hold objective to improving the quality and intensity of the existing European competitions throughout each season and creating a formal for top clubs and players to compete on a regular basis. The pandemic has shown that a strategic vision and a sustainable... I don't even want to read it. I'm sorry for not being able to get through this, guys. My mind keeps bringing in thoughts and I can't even spit out because I disagree with pretty much everything that I'm reading right now. They're blaming obviously COVID, and that's fine, but they're the richest and the most well-known clubs across the world, and they're the ones who thought that yes, this is time to break away, and they're leaving behind. They're leaving the other teams, and you think, okay, well, Josh, they're making what's better for themselves, but it's gonna hurt Everton. It's gonna hurt every other club in the Premier League. It's gonna hurt every other club in La Liga, Serie A, because now that league that these clubs are a part of, that they demand this money in a COVID-tight season, can no longer rely on some of these income because, to be honest, the big hitters of the league, especially the Premier League, the big six, are leaving the league. They're leaving Everton high and dry. They're leaving Brighton high and dry. They're leaving West Ham high and dry. It doesn't make sense. What they're basing their entire argument about doesn't make any sense. And they're not thinking about the other clubs that are now going to make it even tougher to survive. Like AC Milan, Arsenal, I'm sorry, you guys are going to survive no matter what. And now you're leaving clubs that are struggling with already a COVID compacted schedule. I don't even know. I see so many people on my side as well. I'm going to bring this up on stream for you guys because it is worth reading. I'm literally just too gutted right now to be able to get through it. I'll try to give it again, but I've read it a handful of times. But here you go. You read it for yourselves. I'm going to address the chat because it's making me absolutely livid. About time the top clubs in the world's done this. How? You want to leave all the other ones high and dry to try to survive on their own, man? Let's sabotage it. There's going to be an outpour. I can't wait till Chelsea or Milan or whoever makes the first official post on their social media, man, because it's going to be an ugly feedback. Some of those clubs don't even make it to the Champions League. It's so true. It is so true. Watch Mexican football at least. It's competitive. Liverpool did it. Goodbye, Man United, Milan. We used to be friends. Shameless clubs, scared to get relegated. Absolute disgrace to football. Should be stripped of their titles. Like this, it's an overwhelming and agreement of football fans, and it's the only positive thing I've seen is some of your guys' comments addressing some of these situations, man. $3 billion for each club. I'm gonna move it on. For you guys who've read it, there is another side here. I haven't read this part yet, actually, so that's interesting. 20 participating clubs with 15 founding clubs and qualify. I don't know. I'm absolutely pissed. Super League is a joke. You guys agree. I agree. Midweek fixtures with participating clubs continuing to compete in their respective national leagues. I don't believe it though, man. So this is going to be an ongoing fight then. Because what I'm reading and what you're reading is saying that they're starting this midweek. So that eliminates the Champions League. Obviously, right? They're trying to preserve their national league and their domestic league calendar, which remains the heart of the club. I don't get it. I need more explanation. And August start with clubs participating in 2 groups of 10. So they have 12 right now. Well, they're saying 15. So Borussia Dortmund may be a part of it, man. Arsenal already posted it. It's official. They're saying in August. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch my breath. They're going to start participating with the 2 groups of 10. So from what I'm reading, there's 12 official right now. 3 look like to be on their way in to bring it up to 15 with 20 total. And then the layout of the competition in August, there will be 10 teams in 2 different groups, home and away fixtures, with the top 3 in the group automatic qualification to the quarterfinals. Damn. Teams finishing 4th and 5th will compete in 2-legged playoffs for the remaining quarterfinal positions. The 2 knockout, that is completely changing football. But you can't even see. I don't know. I'm going to have to digest this a little bit more, man. I'm going to have to digest this a little bit more. Do you guys not remember when Ajax literally, and Ajax may be one of the teams, man. If they're looking to get up to 20 teams, they're going to be reaching out to other teams. And you know who the most vulnerable are, in my opinion? Celtic, Rangers, Ajax. Huge clubs, huge following that are ready for this. And I see them happening. If they're looking to get to 20 clubs, this is a way for Celtic to break out of the Scottish League. We got a donation. I don't know where it went. I'm sorry. Can I click on it? Liverpool and Arsenal have proudly announced it on Twitter. Love it. Well, we got someone who's definitely let's hop on over to Twitter, man. Let's hop over to Twitter. Let's see what Chelsea is saying right now. Because I'm curious to see what these comments are going to say. Club statement. Oh, man. All right, you guys ready for this? 12 of Europeans' biggest clubs. Okay, I've already read that. Going forward, the founding clubs look to hold discussions. I've read that. Okay, it's pretty much the same. Okay, it's the exact same format, the thing I was talking about. They're saying basically the new annual tournament will provide significantly greater economic growth and support the European football via long-term commitment and It's all about the money. Even the way that they're putting it, it's all about the money. I'm going to take this down because I thought it carried over. I'm just going to switch up here quickly for you guys. We're moving on over to Chelsea's official club statement here. Because it's all about money, man. All about money. And they didn't even word it. They didn't even try to word it in a way that it didn't talk about money. While leaving other clubs, historic clubs, high and dry. And look at the president. Jesus. Perez, my man. I'll just leave that on. I want to address some of the comments. I haven't been doing it in a while. 12 participating clubs will be excluded. These rivalries will have no meaning. Spurs haven't won the league since 61. Hardly super. They're a worldwide club, though, guys. They're a worldwide club. That's why they're being looked at like this. Time to watch some American football. Or even basketball. But yeah, in my opinion, guys, from the 12 teams I've read, from the 3 that are going to be rumored, it's not looking good for Borussia Dortmund and Bayern. In my opinion, man, they're going to get brought into it. And then they're going to be looking for 5 other teams. And if you're Celtic, if you're the Rangers, if you're Ajax, you're going to be praying that you're one of these clubs. Because, I mean, there's always been rumors of Celtic and Rangers wanting to join the Premier League. There's even been rumors linking them to join Liga. PSG will be one of them to join. I can't believe football died today. No, I haven't, but let's head over to Osmosis again. Okay, I don't know where. Well, that was a fail. I'm crying. This is my absolute nightmare. We'll try UEFA. I haven't seen... Okay. Here we go. Nice little read for you guys. They're saying that the Premier League, Spanish League, Italian League have learned that a few English, Spanish, and Italian clubs may be planning to announce the creation of the so-called Super League. Oh, man, I love it. I love them taking a stand, man. If this were to happen, we wish to reiterate that UEFA and English FA, the RFEF, the FIGC, the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and also FIFA, and all our associations will remain united in the efforts to stop the cynical project. A project that is founded on its self-interest of a few clubs. And that is such a good point. A few clubs. And like I said, I mentioned that earlier. I'm thinking of Brighton. I'm thinking of Parma. I'm thinking of all the clubs that rely on these other clubs to be a part of their league, that bring in the revenue. Unfortunately for the Premier League, everything you just built, if your big 6 leave, you've... Like I've tried a half a dozen times to get through reading something, and I'm sorry, guys, I just can't. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys. I can't get through it. I get pissed off every single time. I lose my train of thought. And this is, yes, Jacob, my man, you get it. A lot of you guys get it. What about teams in the lower levels of each country's league who barely survived COVID? And that's what I'm thinking of too, man. There's a lot of historic clubs out there. It's not just United. It's not just AC Milan. It's just not just Liverpool. Like that's a perfect example. You think that right now, Sheffield United, who is a historical club, gets relegated from the Premier League, but maybe they won't get relegated now. You take my point. The financial implications of that, surviving that, and now knowing that the prize of getting back to the Premier League is minus the big 6, It is, the self-interest is ridiculous. I don't know what the hell happened to FIFA, man. This doesn't make any good changes. It doesn't. It looks like they want to remain a part of... It looks like, from what I'm reading, they want to remain a part of the Premier League. They want to remain a part of all the respective leagues. But UEFA and FIFA don't want to allow that. They said, you've made your bed, you got to lay in it. But now it's a game of chicken, kind of. Who can... Yeah, like, all right. I'll try to break it down like this. They made their bed. The 12 teams who've made this decision to join the Super League either called UEFA's bluff or they didn't. If they called UEFA's bluff, they're saying, listen, we want to play in the Premier League, we want to play in Serie A, and we want to have this Super League our way. We want to make sure that the best of the best join the... They essentially want to replace the Champions League. And essentially, it makes sense. Looking at Tottenham, looking at Arsenal, looking at Liverpool, looking at 3 clubs that wouldn't be in the Champions League next season, have huge financial implications on the club. They want to put an end to that. They want to come up with 20 clubs that deserve to be in the Champions League, each and every year, so that they don't have to worry about trying the league. What's the damn point then? Why do you want to play in the Premier League and finish mediocre? Arsenal, I'm looking at you in 9th place. What motivation do you have to get better in the Premier League if you're just qualified automatically for the new European Super League? Now, you guys could think, okay, well, that doesn't affect the Premier League. The flip side of the coin is if UEFA isn't bluffing, they're booting them out of their respective leagues. Now, I say bluffing because, one, you have to take a look at it in a couple different ways. If the Big Six get booted out of the Premier League on a decision by UEFA, you hurt Everton. You hurt every other club in the league. Because now the league is missing its big hitters. And now they don't have a league to play in. It's a disaster. They basically pulled the trigger without having anything in place. And I'm just kind of rambling right now and trying to give you my immediate reaction, man. But the way I see it's going down is that they want to not put it up to chance each and every year. And Arsenal's sick of not qualifying for European competitions. And now they guarantee to each and every year, but they also want to have their cake and eat it too and still be able to compete in the Premier League. And that eliminates the Champions League. And now Dortmund is put in an awkward situation because they've actually done it. And they've done it with the 12 founding members, and they're saying, they're looking at Borussia Dortmund, they're looking at Bayern Munich, and they're saying, the door's open, man. You want to make a crap load of money? This is the way to do it. And Dortmund, unfortunately for us, we're fighting for Champions League qualification right now. And they're gonna swing that in front of us. Well, the best teams in the world are in this league. And if you want to get guaranteed to play in it each and every year, you don't ever have to worry about qualifying for the Champions League. Come join us. And that scares me because I don't know what our club's going to do. I'm sorry about the chat. I'm telling you my opinion. This is all breaking news. This is by far the biggest news in football I've ever heard. But I don't know. Because what happens now if UEFA isn't bluffing and they say, listen, you're not allowed to play in our league. Well, now it's just a Super League. And it's essentially a cup competition with no respective league. Oh, man. Surely player contracts will have the renegotiation if they're able to play in their native country. Oh, guys. Why would they bluff? Well, because it hurts the leagues too. The reason I say that they would bluff is because they don't want the Big Six in the Premier League to leave. Like I said, it would kill the Premier League, and it would hurt every other club in the Premier League because you now miss the real draw of the Premier League, and that's the Big Six. So when I say that they bluff, is that hopefully FIFA's saying, listen, we're not letting you play in our league, and then ultimately maybe they're bluffing and they mean it, or they're gonna be like, they'll sit down and be like, we can't afford to run the Premier League without the Big Six. And that's where this whole thing, this conversation isn't over. But it's wild, man. The day football died. Those who say it's because of money, it is a general trend of society. You voted for this kind of person. Sounds like every sport in the U.S. No consequences. You get rewarded for losing in the U.S. and Canada. You know what you get? You get the first round draft pick of the next year's draft. Very different. German teams cannot join. They are member owned. Yeah, maybe. But again, who knows? There was member-owned clubs that have figured ways out to get it, and I hope that's the case. I do. And that could be the case. I don't know. I will continue to support the EPL and watch with its new league. It's good to hear. I'd probably do the same. It will ruin English teams and equivalent for other countries. Smaller clubs won't be able to continue because money will be chasing the big clubs. So the football pyramid, oh, I lost your comment, will pretty much collapse. It's a good knowledge, my man. Good knowledge. Ridiculous, man. Football isn't dead. Only the clubs are done for. UEFA will sue the clubs 50, 60 billion. Barca can afford that. When Champions League killed the championship from Eastern Europe, you are not crying. It is the same for today. Unless you're Leipzig. Josh, answer my question. I'm not entirely sure what the Super League is. It's basically looks like it's going to replace the Champions League is what it's trying to do. But there's too many moving parts right now. It's going to take a lot of time to try to digest this. I'm just sitting here pretty much blaring off anything I read. But I don't know, man. It's wild. It's wild. I can't believe they actually did it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to react. I'm seeing some people in the chat saying that they're kind of on board for it. It's not a good thing, man. No matter what you say, this isn't a good look. There's a lot of angry people. A lot of people are pissed. I'm actually in some tears. Football blew up today, man. No, yeah, they're saying that no, the Champions League will stay. It's missing its big hitters. So they're trying to replace the Champions League. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion from what I'm reading, Arsenal, Tottenham, these clubs don't like the fact, AC Milan, that they aren't guaranteed. They think that they're a prestige club and they should be qualified every single year in the Champions League. And they don't like the fact that Arsenal struggles to make the Champions League. They don't like the fact that AC Milan struggles to make the Champions League. So they essentially have come out with a new competition to replace it. And they're guaranteed to be in this competition each and every year to take on the best. And it's also about money. It's about a lot of things, man. But the Champions League will still go on. It's not only replacing the Champions League. All the teams that signed up for it will be kicked out of their league and the players banned from their countries. That's what I've read too, and that is a scary thing. But then it's like, can the Premier League afford to go on without them? And then what are they going to do? AC Milan and all those clubs are just going to have this cup competition, not have a league to play in? There's too many moving parts. There's too much to discuss. It's an ongoing situation, man, and it's been fascinating seeing a lot of your guys' opinions. There's been people in the chat who've been for it. There's been people who've been against it. It's just a massive, massive change. Football is built on competitiveness. How boring is it if you can't get relegated or qualify for a European competition? Surely the players won't want this. It's going to be insane, man. Why do Americans ruin our sport? I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be leagues, if there's not going to be leagues. I don't know, man. I don't know. But from what I'm reading, is just the big clubs in the world want to be in the biggest league. It kills Arsenal. It kills Milan. It kills Tottenham. It kills these big clubs when they don't qualify for the Champions League. That is no question. And they've been wanting to figure out a way to make sure that no matter what, if they have a bad season or not, there's rumors about the point system. Kind of like how the countries have their point system. It'd be like if the clubs have their point system. So you have to get a certain amount of points to knock Liverpool, for example, out of that top 4 spot. And they just kind of came up with an idea of being like, you know what? We're the biggest clubs in the world. We're going to break apart. We're going to create a league where we can qualify and get the money each and every year. We don't have to worry about not qualifying for the Champions League and being stuck in the Europa League. And now there's going to be a fight of whether they can be representing their own league or not. And you're right, the competitiveness. Arsenal can be laughing, sitting in 9th place. I mean, that's fine. I'm making money because I'm in this league. This is just insane, man. Watching big teams play was supposed to be special. And that was another point I made. You don't get your Barca taking on your PSG every week. You get it when you're lucky enough to have a matchup in the Champions League. I don't know, man. This has just been embarrassing. Football died today. And it's a disgrace. And I gotta head off. I don't know how to dissect this. There's too much to dissect. It's an open book here on out, man. So, I mean, much love for all you guys sticking with me through this conversation. I know I don't have all the answers because I've been learning on the spot. I gave you my perspective on it. 95% of you guys agreed. Some of you guys are for it. Some of you guys are interested in it. Either way, I had a lot of fun sitting here in the worst of situations coming about this. It's been a crappy day, but I do appreciate everyone tuning in and staying with me. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the channel. Drop a like on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. And I guess we can all say that we're together when football died. So it's a shame, but we'll see you next time, guys, and take care.